So today in this video, I'm going to show you our new Zigbee RGBW controller and our new Zigbee RGBW 4-zone remote control. Now, how to connect them with your Amazon Echo Plus. These products also work with the Google equivalent and any other product with the Zigbee protocol, like the Philips Hue Smart Home System. So the first time you use the Echo Plus, you're going to want to download the Amazon Alexa app from your app store. Follow the instructions, sign in with the Amazon account and your Wi-Fi network. In this simple setup, I have got my driver, I've got my RGBW Zigbee controller connected to my RGBW natural white strips, and I have my remote. Now when you power on the controller, for the first 5 minutes it's going to be available to be paired with, and that's important to remember when you're first connecting them to your Echo Plus and your remote. So let's power on. You may have to reset, well in fact it's a good idea to reset your Zigbee controller if it's been paired with another device in the past. Even if it hasn't, you want the LEDs to be pulsing, so you can see they're at that flat white now. But if we touch the program button, press that 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they'll flash, and they should continue to pulse, like so. Now this means it's ready to be connected. If they're not pulsing, restart that again, click the program button 5 times until they do. It should do a solid flash as you saw, and then continue to pulse. So now go to your Amazon Alexa app, select Smart Home. I'm not sure if you can see this very well on the screen. Add device, top left corner. You want to add a light. When it asks you which brand, go to Other, Discover Devices. Now this app may take a while. You can see the lights already pulsing, which means they're already learning the device, but the app will take a while to catch up. As you can see, it's going to take quite a while. So when they do, once the app has caught up, it should say First Light Connected on the app. You'll be able to change the name of that using the app to anything you want, kitchen lights or living room lights or whatever it is you need. You'll also be able to group these. If you have another controller, you'll be able to group them, and the Alexa device will be able to control all of them at the same time. Let's just check in on the app. You can see it's almost done there. So one light discovered, done. So now your RGBW remote, controller is paired with the Alexa. So if you go into First Light and set color, you can see all the different colors from the app that you can set. These are all the same voice commands for Alexa as well. So for example, let's try the green. You can switch it on with the app. You can try red. You can also change the brightness. And these same commands, as I said, are used for the voice commands as well. So Alexa, change First Light to turquoise. Oh, Alexa, turn First Light to turquoise. There you go. Alexa, turn First Light brightness to 10%. Just change that as well. So you can also change the brightness here. Alexa, turn First Light to green. There we go. So you have your control of the app now, and you've got control of the Alexa. But now to pair the RGBW controller. Oh, actually, before we do that, I just want to talk about the white channel for a second. So using the Zigbee controller and the Echo Plus without the remote gives you these options of white. Let's just quickly have a look through this. So go to set color, and you've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choices at the top. Now there's one in the middle called white. Now, let's click on that. One in the middle called white is mostly mixed with the white channel on your LED strip. Now the rest of them use a combination of white channel and RGB to imitate the warm, cool or natural white. So it's not entirely a true white shade using only the white channel of your strip, but in general, if you want the warmer, go for the RGB warm white, cooler, go for the RGB cool white. And I'll show you what they look like without the white channel mixed in. So if I take the white lead out of the controller, you can see there that they are mixed with a bit of RGB, but if you go through them, you'll be able to see that this is the least RGB mixed. So we've got the warm white, it uses those colors as well as your white channel. The soft white, those colors as well as your white channel. The white, now that's, as I said, the least one. So this, if you have a warm white strip or a cool white strip, this will be the one that imitates mostly your RGBW strips, or the white channel of your strip. That's the daylight. and that's the cool. If we scroll through them again with the white channel in, you'll see the difference there. So again, start with warm white, soft white, and that's the white channel. That's the one that uses mostly the white channel in your strips. You've got the daylight white, and lastly you've got the cool white. Alexa, turn first light to blue. There you go. So now for connecting your excuse me, now for connecting your remote control to your Alexa as a device, and also to your RGBW controller. So first of all, it's a good idea to reset the remote. So you hold down the on-off button in the middle, hold it down until the red indicator light in the top right turns on, and then click 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it should flash. There you go. So it's been reset. So now we have to, now we've reset it, we're going to have to connect it to the Alexa before we connect it to the RGBW remote. Now remember the 5-minute timeout for the controller to be able to pair. So I'm just going to power off and on real quick. Turn that off. Get it back on. You'll see that the lights are not pulsing like they were before, as they're already connected to the Alexa. So first we have to connect this remote control to the Echo Plus. So if you go to your app, go to Add Device, choose the switch. When it asks you what brand, you want to go back to Other. So as soon as you've done this, you've got to be ready on the next step. So it says Discover Device at the bottom. Now once you've done that, go to your remote, hold down the on-off button for 5 seconds. Sorry, until the red indicator light flashes. And then press S1. That should blink. And again, this may take a while for the app to catch up. So that'll be searching now. Let's see the progress it's made on the app. You have to wait for that to work. And once it's been detected, it will come up with saying first switch detected. Again, you can change the name to anything you want. You don't have a lot of control over it on the app, but you don't need to because you have the control itself. Let's quickly take a look there. One device discovered, done. So now we have the first switch. So now we've got to connect the Zigbee remote control to the Zigbee RGBW controller using TouchLink. And for this, the remote and the controller do have to be close to each other. Maximum distance, I think, was 10 centimeters. So make sure your controller's been powered on the last 5 minutes. Let's just double check that, just to make sure that's going to work. Power on. Turn on the remote. Press the zone you want to pair it in. So for this one, let's choose zone 1. And hold the on-off button until the red indicator flashes. And then short press S2. Now let's hold it right up there. The LED should flash a few times to show that it's connected. And again, this can take quite a while. And as I said, it does have to be close. You can see the red indicator light flashing there. There you go. So that shows that the LEDs have been connected to the remote control. So now we have control via the remote. So make sure you're on zone 1, change it to green. Change it to red, to blue. You can also change the brightness with these stars here. I think it's already on full brightness. But now we've got control of it, control the LEDs via the remote control, the app, and also with voice commands. So Alexa, turn first light to green. Oh, Alexa, turn first light to green. Alexa, turn first light to 100%. There you go. So you've got control of it, as I said before. So if you go into the into first light, you can do all the things. Set color there via the remote control, and also via voice command. So now the W button on the remote control, unlike our other RGBW 4-zone remote, doesn't just control the white channel on your LED strips. It will go through the same whites available as on the app, using the RGB to imitate the shades along with a strong mix of white channel on your strip. So if I take the white channel out of the mix, again, and scroll through them, so you press the W button, and this will go through the same ones as your app, the different whites, and they're the RGB colors used to imitate, so that's without the white channel mixed in. So if I put the white back in, you'll be able to see what they look like. Make sure that's in properly. So pressing the W button in the middle, it'll go through the different whites available. So one of them has very little RGB colors, meaning it's mostly the white channel on your LED strip. Now this is what it's meant when it says on the website and the user guides that the white channel cannot be controlled independently, but can be controlled together with the RGB channels. So using the remote or the app will get you limited function of the white channel, but the white option, as I was saying before, is mostly your white channel on the LED strip you choose, and you can change the brightness using the star buttons as well. So you do have some function with the white. You also, though, however, won't be able to mix the white channel with the RGB channels. So now you're connected, you can use more RGBW Zigbee controllers if you need more than one zone. Just follow the same steps to connect it. They'll also work standalone without you having to connect to another Zigbee device like the Echo Plus. You'll just need to follow the last step. But please note, if you do then add the Echo Plus in the mix, you'll have to reset both the remote and controller and start these steps from scratch. So there you have Highline's RGBW Zigbee controller and our 4-zone RGBW Zigbee remote control. Alexa, turn first light off.